Hi, Facebook. How are ya? We are going to chat about gifts. I'm going to wait a couple minutes because sometimes there's a little bit of a lag with the video. So I'll want to share it when this is over. So I want to be able to have the space. We have snow in Ottawa today. I don't know about you. Drop a comment if you have snow or no snow, and if you're happy to see it. The kids were happy. They definitely were happy. I like that it looks like Christmas. I have the Christmas music on in the car, so that works. So we'll wait a couple minutes to chat about gifts. If you noticed yesterday, I put up my gift guide. I do it every year, usually in November, mid-November to late November. The way I work with the gift guide is I create it based on kind of what's going under my tree, what my kids are into this year, and stuff that I've seen in my travels when I'm out and about, to kind of have an idea of what is out there. My gift guides typically don't have the trendy stuff on it. There's always those, really hot toy items, which, trust me, there are things that go under our tree that are trendy. Shopkins are still on my daughter's list, but I try to find things that are a little bit different and a little bit unique. That's one of the reasons why you'll often see I have local stores recommended. I shop at Tagalon Toys. They're a blog advertiser, but I am also a huge fan of them because there's always something really neat and different there. The other place I go to a lot is Chapters, and even for adults there's a lot of really great things, and there's often things on my list that I like there as well. So there's a few other spots. I think the Goldie Blocks, the really cool Goldie Blocks item that I found, is from well.ca, and I have that coming in the mail, so I was sure to order it. I usually, when I write my guides, I make sure to order the things that I want to have before I publish, because that happened one year where I thought, I'm going to share, this is going to be cool, and then I got worried because people were buying it, and I thought, I won't end up with it. So gifts for the kids. If you've seen my gift guide, you'll have an idea. Kind of every year it's grown with my kids. So mine are now 10 and almost 8, boy and a girl, although they have a lot of overlapping interests. So it's a really good guide if you have kids older, but I've tried to include some things for a variety of ages as well. And then at the bottom of the guide itself, and I'll put a link in the comments so that you have it, if you haven't seen it before, I have my previous years, because there's things that I've been writing about from when the kids were toddlers. A couple things from those lists. I don't know if you've ever seen, I should have grabbed one from my basement, the cardboard blocks. We used to have them in kindergarten when we were kids. Santa brought those when my son, who's now 10, was a year old, so his second Christmas. And those, to this day, are the most used toy, I think, in this entire house. We spent, there was an evening of putting it together for a while, and I still remember sitting on the basement floor folding and opening the boxes up. But we just had kids over on the weekend and last weekend, and they're still used. Kids of all ages still love them because we can stack them, or you can pile them to make a castle. We set up an Angry Birds level type thing with them before. So there's a lot of things to do with them. If you're looking for a gift that is long lasting, that's been 9 years now, and that's probably one of the things that we use all the time. The other thing that we use a lot, probably because I still have nieces and nephews coming up the line that come to visit, are the Fisher-Price toys. So we have an airplane, for example, the farm, the house. It's hard to beat those simple little people sets. For a time, years ago, I had partnered with them on the blog when the kids were younger, which was a lot of fun. But one of the first gifts, I think, that my mom, especially with all of our kids, had gotten were these Fisher-Price sets. And so once upon a time, I think I had the Wonder Woman set was on my gift guide one year, because they're really, really neat and they last forever. And frankly, they take a beating because the kids throw them around, and they're wipeable, and they're really, really good quality. So if you have younger ones, that is definitely, those are toys that still last in our house for a long time. The other thing I mentioned in the guide is a create your own craft box. And so I love what I call consumable craft items. Kits that are crafty, that come with all the stuff that they can do themselves. But one of the things that you could do is create your own craft box by getting a resealable container or something that's easy to store it in. As a parent, I appreciate that. But get things that aren't always in the regular boxes. So glitter glue, I know parents, we're not a big fan of glitter typically, but glitter glue is a really great compromise because it typically is in one spot. And it's a really, really great gift. Kids love the glitter, but this is a good way of doing it. You can get them in almost pen form. Glitter glue, googly eyes, we never have enough of in this house apparently. I was told last weekend by my daughter that. Canvases, little canvases that they can paint on, or new paint, and a really great marker set for coloring. My youngest especially, is really into coloring books and coloring and creating art. So having her own, not the communal bin where all the kids get to use it, having her own really great set is something I think that she'll like as well. And then of course, every year I think almost on my gift guides, I include board games. So Santa typically brings our family a board game for all of us. And we've had a few over the years that I think everyone probably has had. Guess Who? We have a Star Wars version that is a lot of fun. Jenga is really popular and it's great. That's one that for younger kids, you could start there. Uno and Spot It are two easy card games that we also can travel with. This year, now that our kids are getting older, last Christmas we started to play Ticket to Ride. So I don't know if you have it or not, but it's one that was a lot of fun. So we have borrowed that from my brother because we're going to play it this season as well. And then my son just got Jeopardy, the board game, which we're a big trivia card family and trivia family. So once upon a time when I was growing up, it was Trivial Pursuit, and I'm still looking for a used version of Trivial Pursuit, the classic game. I need to get that for us. But this way we have a Jeopardy trivia game, which is really a lot of fun. And the other one I mentioned was Monopoly Empire. We had played that at March break with all of my family. My nephew had talked to us about it, and it was a lot of fun. It's one of those games that I feel like I could play and enjoy it without, I find regular Monopoly is still, it's a lengthy game. And sometimes, depending on the age of your kids, it's a little confusing for them. So this is a really great way of balancing it, because the way you do it, you buy, it's almost like buying businesses up. And so it's really neat. It's a different game, and I really liked it. So that made the list as well this year. A couple new things were on the list. These stick bots that I mentioned, they're like a green screen. My son is super into stop motion and making his own videos. Currently, his future job preference is to be a movie director, we're told. So I really like the way that the stick bots have the green screen, and he can drop in, because it's through an app, he can drop in different backgrounds. So I think that's going to be really exciting for him. And then both the kids, because they're really both into the Minecraft and the gaming, we're a gaming family, both the kids are getting a joint gift called Bloxels this year, and this is new to me. I haven't seen it before. It was Tagalong Toys actually had gotten them in, and she knew that I'd be interested in it because they get to, on a board, it's almost like perler beads. You get to build the either a character or the backdrop, a level, and then through an app it gets to upload what you built. So I think the kids are really going to get creative with that. We like to game, and I like that I can take them offline and then bring them back online. So there's a little bit of that coding and planning and creativity that comes through, and I think that's going to be really, really exciting for them. And the other thing is music. Both the kids are getting some more music stuff this year that wasn't on the gift guide, but a keyboard and a little electric drum set. I think it's going to be fun. But in the past, we got real drums for my son when he was 3 or 4. And most people thought it was going to be a challenge. But you kind of get to the point where you tune that kind of noise out. And it was a lot of fun. It was really neat to see them play and get creative and enjoy music. So we like bringing music into our lives. My husband plays guitar and he has GarageBand and he records and does that. So last year my son got a guitar and he's just kind of been learning to strum, that kind of thing. So this year I think we're gonna have like a little mini band happening. So anytime we can bring art and music and that kind of stuff into our lives, I like those kind of gifts because I feel like those are really long-lasting ones, no matter what age they are. So that's something to keep in mind. I'm not sure if you have any questions. If you have an age that you're curious about or wondering what I got the kids at that age, hopefully Facebook's gonna let me see the questions if they pop up. I haven't done too many, so you can always post what you're not sure about in there. And yeah, so if you haven't read the gift guide, I'll definitely link to it. I have lots more Christmas posts coming up, which is a lot of fun this time of year. It's content heavy because we're living it all the time. So my Advent activity calendar, I have to put that together. I just talked to the kids last night to see if they had any special requests. Typical ones are on there. We're going to go to Cumberland Village of Lights again. And the one request my son had was to make maple taffy, which is always on our list, except for last year we had no snow in December. So we actually weren't able to do that. So we'll add that back to the list. And I'll share with you the list and previous lists so that if you're making an activity Advent calendar like we do, you'll have some ideas. And sometimes it's simple things like hot chocolate and singing songs. So that's always a lot of fun as well. And then I'm thinking also, in addition to this gift guide that I did this year, I'm thinking of doing a family book gift guide because the four of us have a few series and books that we really, really are fans of. And if you're stuck with somebody on your list that you know loves to read, but you're looking to introduce them to something new, we can help you with that and give a couple ideas of books that have engrossed us. Move that. So yeah, so you can always leave questions after. Thank you for reading the guide and sharing it for those who already have. I really look forward to every year making it. I start kind of jotting down notes in October. When I was at 10,000 Villages, that's where I saw the recycling garbage truck up close and personal. And it's one of those gifts when my kids were younger, I would have been all over. I love that kind of wooden play type things. And I love their stuff. They have some really, really neat, unique toys at 10,000 Villages. But that was, I think, October. I was there and took a picture of it and made note that I want to add it to the guide this year. So that's it for me. I just wanted to touch base and kind of chat about the gifts that are a little bit different this year and things that we don't always see necessarily, because I know that the hot topics and the hot gifts always get a lot of play online. So I like to draw attention to a few things that are a little bit different and creative and all that fun stuff, in addition to the regular, really common toys that the kids are all going to be talking about. We'll have video games under the tree as well. I think we just have to decide. I have to see the Santa lists. I don't know about you guys, but now I'm at the point where I need December 1st. The first activity we do is writing our letters, because then we can finalize a few of these things. Since I started shopping so early, we can finish it up. So thank you very much. If you have questions, drop them in the comments below and I'll answer them along the way. If you're looking for ideas or where I got something or where you've seen them, and I'll have more posts coming and probably more Facebook Lives. 'Tis the season. So thanks very much. Bye.